The doctor is in. Today it's pediatrician Dr. Courtney Sauls from Ascension St. John Pediatric and Adolescent Medicine, and she's here to talk with us about milk recommendations for toddlers. Dr. Sauls, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is an important topic in newer parents, maybe transitioning from breastfeeding to giving milk to their toddlers, so this is an important topic.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. When should you kind of transition into the milk phase?
Yeah, so usually the big age is 1. That's more for formula-fed babies, and if mothers want to continue breastfeeding, go as long as you want. We'll support you in that. But this is more for getting into that 1 to 2 age range category.
Gotcha. And what type of milk should you start off a toddler with?
Yeah, so starting off with a good whole milk with vitamin D, that's really important. That extra vitamin D is important for little ones, especially the ages 1 to 2. After kids turn 2, then you can kind of go with any percentage of milk that you want. But the most important thing for kiddos is to not overdo it with the milk once they turn 1, because kiddos can end up with iron deficiency, anemia issues if they drink too much milk. So our recommendation is 2 to 3 cups a day total, which is quite a big change from when they were drinking formula before age 1. That's a big switch.
And why is whole milk and vitamin D milk so important for the younger kiddos?
Yeah, so the whole milk is going to have a better kind of profile of good fats and carbohydrates and proteins for growing brains and bodies that 1-year-olds go through. And then the vitamin D is really important for them as well, because they're going through big bursts of healthy bone growth. So that vitamin D is important for that.
And then transition them down to maybe 2% after that.
Yeah, maybe 2%, absolutely. 1% at 2 is totally fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of fat in it as well.
Yeah.
So what's next? You recommend 2 to 3 cups per day, and that's just because you don't want to give them too much, because it is dangerous if you have too much milk.
Right. If kiddos are drinking more than that, oftentimes that will replace meals that they're eating because they're getting full up on all the calories that are in milk. And then they often avoid other food groups and other whole foods that give their body other healthy nutrients, especially iron is the big one. So if kids drink a lot of milk, aren't eating other healthy types of foods, then they can become iron deficient, which means their body can't get enough oxygen to all their muscles and organs. So that can be a really big problem that we see in kiddos in this age range.
Do you see some issues with kids that may not be able to handle milk? Are there alternatives that the parents can give them?
Yeah, we'll see babies in our clinic that will have milk protein sensitivities or even allergies. And so they'll be on special formulas when they're younger, but whenever it's time to transition to milk, there are other options that are not cow's milk. So the best ones that are closest to that is going to be your soy milk or your pea milk, which a lot of people haven't heard of. There's a good brand out there called Ripple. It's really good. Those are going to be your most kind of comparable to milk in terms of the good proteins and fats and calories. Whereas you see all the oat milks and nut milks, those types of things, those are more akin to water than they are actual cow's milk in terms of nutrition.
Right. And calcium's so important, but there's other ways kids can get calcium too, right, in that 1 to 2 year age range?
Absolutely. So a lot of kids, your cheeses, your yogurts, those are things all kids this age love. So they're going to get a lot of calcium from that. But then also your leafy green vegetables, that can be a trick. It's usually not like super desirable food at this age. So at my household, we throw some spinach leaves in the blender with the smoothie, and my 3-year-old loves it. So that's a great way to get some iron into the diet and some good calcium as well.
So important. Or just give them mac and cheese.
There you go.
Yeah, that works as well. Dr. Sauls, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Great tips.
Absolutely.
If you have a question for today's doctor or any of the doctors that we have here on the Noon Show, just email them to us at noonshow@griffin.news or go to our Facebook page and send us a message.